What's up? Welcome to Countdown Daily, presented by IBM. The New Orleans Saints become the 14th team in history to start a season 11-0. Stu Scott, Matt Millen, Steve Young, Tedy Bruschi. Guys, first of all, what did we learn about the New Orleans Saints on this evening?
I think what we learned is how well coached they are. Of course, on the offensive side of the ball with Sean Payton, but also defensively. Defensive coordinator Greg Williams had all of his defensive players in the right positions all night. And this is with a couple of guys that weren't even members of that defense a couple weeks ago. When you can do that, you are great coaches and you are doing the job with your players. And tonight they showed that.
And I think what those players did tonight was extraordinary. In a league right now that's not tackling very well, McKenzie, McAllister, and Jenkins were phenomenal on third down. They took away Wes Welker in the short game, and they really tackled extremely well. I think that's one. And I think number two, Drew Brees, to me, verified that he is what he is. We knew he was putting up the numbers, but on a big stage against a good team, he became what he's supposed to be.
On a broader perspective, I would say that the Saints have answered the call. They raised their game at the moment when everybody was watching. You can say that probably hasn't happened in the history of this franchise when the whole world was watching, expecting them to take that big step up with the lights bright. They have not done that. They did that tonight in a big way and in every way that you possibly can from every element of the football team. I think that this is perceptionally a game changer for the Saints.
The flip side is the Patriots, a team that has not won a road game on the opponent's home field all season long. What did this loss tell you about their team?
I think the one thing it showed me about the Patriots is how young they still are on defense. And when you look at that Patriot defense, you see a lot of young players. You don't see the familiar names of the Harrisons and the Vrabels and the McGinnis anymore. And these are young players that still need to get better. You're in a hostile environment on the road versus Drew Brees and a potent offense. I think they'll see this as a learning experience as to where these are the reads that I had problems with. This is how I can get better, but how they are still young. I mean, they're second in the league in scoring defense. Don't get me wrong. They're a good defense, but how young they still are, and they still need some big game experience.
And where that big game experience is really going to help them is when they can get a pass rush, because that's where they really struggle. They did not rush the passer very well at all tonight. They were struggling going into the game. We said it at the top of the game, and it proved true.
And, I think for the Patriots, how many times and Bill Belichick said it right after the game, I got out-coached. I mean, it doesn't happen that often. I mean, you get out-coached from top to bottom, and that's the thing that I'm seeing a little bit more of. And you see that the stretch plays where it's a 4th and 4. You saw it a couple weeks ago, the big controversial play. But these kind of things that, like, I don't trust my team as much, and I don't know if that's really what he feels, but that's what it looks like, is that this team's not ready, so I'm gonna try to stretch it out a little bit. That's what I learned a little bit about the Patriots tonight.
Saints are on pace for a record. They are averaging just over 36 points per game. At this point, the Saints would score 590 points this year, which would be 1 point more than the 589 record that Tedy Bruschi and the Patriots set 2 years ago.